So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to an academy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and we are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazetted Officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on an academy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education. And we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have an Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one Iconic subscription. In this Iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your strategy. he will be giving you the study planners, you will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also be the guidance for the interview once you clear the mains. So once you take the Iconic subscription, all the benefits of the Plus are included by default in this. And if you take the Plus subscription, then also these things will be included in that, though, so that will also create impact in your preparation, so that you just have to study. Rest of the things will be taken care by Unacademy. So now let us start the class and let us understand what we have to study in this particular topic.
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication system. So in the last lecture we studied about the binary PSK and we saw the coherent receivers of the binary PSK. In that we also understood about the match filter based receiver as well as the correlator based receiver. Now in case of ASK or binary ASK, we were able to construct both coherent receiver and non-coherent receiver. We saw that in case of coherent receivers, when the transmitted pulse and the received pulse were out of phase or they were having some phase difference, then the coherent receiver was not able to maximize the signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance. Because of that, probability of error increases, and the correlator receiver quantified that particular error by the factor of cos square theta. Then in case of non-coherent receiver, we applied the envelope detector at the output of the match filter, then we sampled, then we saw that in that case the signal to noise ratio again gets maximizes at the sampling instance irrespective of the phase difference present between the transmitted and received signal, and we also calculated the probability of error in that particular case. Now in case of binary PSK, we have already understood that how the coherent receivers are working, and the same difficulty here also, that when the transmitted pulse and received pulse are having some phase difference, in that case the match filter based receiver is not able to maximize the signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance, and correlator receiver quantifies that error by the factor of cos square theta. Now we have already stated that in case of BPSK, this non-coherent receiver can never be constructed or it is not useful. So let us try to understand why it is not useful. So in case of BPSK, we know that the transmitted pulse S1t is a cos omega ct between 0 to TB whenever 1 is transmitted. Another pulse is S2t, which is minus a cos omega ct in the duration 0 to TB whenever 0 is transmitted, and this is the transmitted pulse. So if I have to construct the non-coherent receiver, then first of all this ST will get added up with the white noise in the channel. Then the first block, which is your matched filter, this is the matched filter. The unit impulse response of the matched filter is S1 of TB minus T minus S2 of TB minus T. So we have already calculated this value in the previous lectures. So it comes out to be 2a cos omega ct in the duration 0 to TB. Then if it would have been a coherent receiver, then we would have placed this sampler right after this. But since this is a non-coherent receiver, so instead of placing this sampler, first of all we will place an envelope detector. So this is the envelope detector. So envelope detector will detect the positive peaks of the incoming signal or the envelope of the incoming signal. Then we will use a sampler at t equal to TB. Then the output of the sampler is given to the decision device. This is lambda. Suppose this is y, and this decision device works based upon the value of y and lambda. Now till here the picture is very much clear. Now let us try to understand what is the problem in this. So suppose if we have to transmit 1. So for the transmission of 1, we will use a sinusoidal pulse of duration TB. So let me first of all fix the duration. This is your S1t, this is T. So in that, this pulse is transmitted. So suppose when this pulse is transmitted, upon reaching at the input of the receiver, it undergoes some phase difference. So this is T and this is S1T, which is reached at the input of the receiver. So this duration is again TB, and it might have gone under some phase difference. So let me make this signal something like this. So this is A, this is minus A, this is A, this is minus A. Now we know that first of all it will be passed through a matched filter, and you have already drawn the unit impulse response of the matched filter, and which is a sinusoidal pulse of TB duration, but the amplitude is 2A minus 2A. So we know the result of the convolution whenever we have to convolve this type of signal. So first of all we perform the convolution of the envelopes. So the convolution of these two envelopes will be a triangle in the duration 0 to 2 TB. So it will come out to be a triangle in the duration 0. This duration is TB. This duration is 2 TB. So this is the output. Now in between we have to draw the shape. So since these two are out of phase, so exactly at the sampling instance it is going to attain the minimum possible value. So this type of output waveform we can draw, and this is the sampling instance, and you can see that at the sampling instance or at t equal to TB it is attaining the minimum possible value. Now this particular waveform has to be passed through an envelope detector. So this has to be passed through an envelope detector. So what is the purpose of the envelope detector? Envelope detector will trace only the positive peaks, which is these peaks, and it will reproduce it at its output. So the output of the envelope detector will look something like this. So this is the output of the envelope detector. This is 0, this is 2 TB, this is TB. Now if we will sample it at t equal to TB, we know that we are again able to obtain the maximum possible signal value at t equal to TB, or we can get this particular signal, let me call this signal as S0T. So we can obtain this S0TB will be equal to S0T max. So this particular arrangement is again able to maximize the signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance, irrespective of the phase difference which is present, this S1T transmitted and S1T received. So till now picture is very much clear that if one is transmitted, it is able to maximize the signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance, and if it is able to maximize the this particular signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance, then we can always say that after this decision device will perform and it may decide in the favor of 1 or 0, and the probability of error will remain same. So picture till now is very much clear that if 1 is transmitted, the decision device can decide in the favor of 1 with the same probability of error. Now let us try to understand the transmission of 0. So suppose 0 is transmitted. If 0 is transmitted, so with respect to 0 we will transmit again a sinusoidal pulse. Now as soon as it reaches at the input of the this is S2T. So as soon as it reaches at the input of the receiver, let us understand that it undergoes some phase difference. So again these values are A and minus A. This duration is TB and it undergoes some phase difference. Then again you will pass it through the matched filter. The matched filter has unit impulse response we have already discussed. So this is your H of T and this is your TB duration, and this will be the amplitude, which is 2A and minus 2A. So we again know that this convolution of these type of signals can be performed when two signals are transmitted, then we will first convolve their envelope, and in between we will draw the signal. So eventually in this case you can say that both are having same phase, so we can draw the signal like this. And this is TB duration, this is 2 TB duration. Then after that we will pass it through the envelope detector. Now problem starts here. That envelope detector will always detect the positive peaks, so it will again detect the positive peaks and it will reproduce this positive peaks at its output. So this becomes 0, 2 TB and TB, and this is your S0 T. Now from this point you should understand that whenever you will sample this T equal to TB, then this S0 T, which is S0 TB, is again representing the maximum value of S0 T. But whenever you will transmit the 0 at the sampling instance, the sample value should be as minimum as possible. The signal to noise ratio will still be maximum at the sampling instance, that's true, but the sampled value should be negative value, or the sampled value should be minimum possible value if the envelope detector has to detect 0, because we know that the lambda optimum in case of this particular BPSK is 0. So from here also you can say that since at T equal to TB it is the maximum possible value which is detecting, so whenever it will detect this particular maximum possible value which is already positive, so upon comparing with lambda it will decide in the favor of 1. But you have transmitted the 0. So in case of non-coherent receiver, the problem occurs that the envelope detector's output is always the positive peaks, and at the sampling instance you will always get the positive sample value, and whenever you will get the positive sample value, though it will maximize the signal to noise ratio at the sampling instance, or it will maximize the signal power at the sampling instance, but the sample value at T equal to TB is always positive, and when the sample value is positive, then the decision device will not be able to differentiate whether this sample value is for 1 or for 0, because for the same sample value, if it is deciding in the favor of 1, then for the same sample value with respect to 0, it will again decide in the favor of 1. So you should understand it that whenever 1 is transmitted, then also the decision device is getting this particular sample value, and whenever 0 is transmitted, then also the decision device is getting this sample value. So in both the cases, the decision device will decide in the favor of 1 only. It will not be able to decide in the favor of 0. So that is why we said that the non-coherent receiver setup is not possible for BPSK, or BPSK signals cannot be detected properly by the use of this non-coherent receivers. So what should we do to remove this? So if you have to remove this phase error, or you have to understand how this phase error can be removed, then we must use another modulation scheme which is known as differential phase shift keying. So in case of BPSK we only have coherent receivers, non-coherent receivers are not possible. Now to remove the drawback of the phase synchronization, that because of the phase synchronization the probability of error is getting increased, so to remove that drawback we can use the differential phase shift keying. So let us try to understand what is this differential PSK or differential phase shift keying. Now the disadvantage of BPSK is that it needs carrier synchronization. It needs carrier synchronization at the receiver end. At the receiver end. This disadvantage can be overcome by the use of differential phase shift keying, in which no carrier is regenerated no carrier is regenerated at the receiver end. At the receiver end. So first of all, let us try to understand the DPSK transmitter. So what is DPSK transmitter? So DPSK transmitter. In case of DPSK transmitter, I am assuming that we have generated the binary stream. So this is the binary stream which is coming. Now this binary stream is passed through an XOR. So the output of this particular XOR network will be DK. Then we will put a delay of 1 bit duration. So here I want to provide the delay of 1 bit duration. So it will be delay of TB. After that, it will be again the differentially encoded binary stream. This is the original binary stream. We have differentially encoded this particular binary stream. After that, it is passed through an polar NRZ, which assigns a positive voltage to 1, negative voltage to 0. So this is the polar NRZ coder, and the output of it I am assigning it as VT. Then we will multiply it with cos omega CT. So now what we have done here, instead of encoding or instead of generating the sinusoidal pulse with respect to BK, we are generating the sinusoidal pulse with respect to DK. So this is the ST, or you can call it as SDPSK T. So this S of T will be V of T into cos omega CT. So here this B of K becomes binary sequence to be transmitted. This is binary sequence to be transmitted, and this DK you can call it as differentially encoded sequence. So this is differentially encoded sequence. Now suppose if we have BK equal to 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. So this is the binary stream I have assumed. So let me draw these lines like this, so that I can represent the waveforms a little bit in proper manner. So that is why I'm making these partitions. Okay. Now, what will be DK? We know that once BK will be applied, then only we can obtain the D of K. But initially when BK is not applied, then we have to assume a reference output. So reference output here I am considering it as 1, and we know that this D of K will be XNOR of B of K into D of K minus 1. So this output you can call it as D of K minus 1. So it will be XNOR of these two particular bits. So initially I have assumed this reference bit to be 1. So here also I am making one partition. Now in order to write the DK, you know that for this particular bit B of K, this D of K or this bit 1 will represent as D of K minus 1 or the previous bit. So to generate the D of K, we must use the XNOR of these two. So whenever you will do the XNOR of these two, it will again become 1. Then again you should do the XNOR of these two. So it will again become 1. In the similar fashion, this will act as D of K minus 1 or the previous bit for this particular current bit. So it will again become 0, then x nor of 0 0 becomes 1, x nor of 1 0 becomes 0, x nor of 0 1 becomes 0, x nor of 0 0 becomes 1, x nor of 1 1 becomes 1, again this is 1, this is 0, and this is 0. So the differentially encoded bit comes out to be 1 1 0 1 0 0 triple 1 double 0. So this is the differentially encoded bit. Now we have to encode it. So we know that we have used the polar analysis scheme, so that is why it will represent a bit 1 with positive pulse and bit 0 with negative pulses. So it will be positive positive positive, then for 0 it will use a negative pulse, for 1 again positive, for these two zeros again negative, and for last 3 ones it is again positive and it is again 0. So this is the pulse. So suppose this is A and this is minus A. So this is the output which we are considering it as V of t. So this is our V of t. Now what will be the output? So to write the output, you will multiply it with cos omega ct, and after the multiplication of cos omega ct, each different pulses, suppose this is the pulse, this is again the pulse, and these are the pulses, it will be multiplied with cos omega ct and it will generate a sinusoidal pulse. So for those sinusoidal pulses, whenever you will multiply this, the sinusoidal pulse will become a cos omega ct. So instead of writing the sinusoidal signal, I am writing their phase. So here the phase will be 0 degree, here also 0 degree, here also 0 degree. Whenever you will multiply minus a with cos omega ct, the phase will become pi. This is 0. These phases are again pi, 0 degree, 0 degree, 0 degree. This is pi and pi. So instead of writing the value of s of t equal to a cos omega ct for 1 and minus a cos omega ct for 0, I have written the phases so that we are able to understand that whether a cos omega ct has been transmitted or minus a cos omega ct has been transmitted. So 0 here represent the sinusoidal pulse of a cos omega ct, which is obviously in the duration of 0 to tb, and pi here is representing the sinusoidal pulse of a cos omega ct plus pi, and this is in the duration 0 to tb. So we are transmitting this s of t pulse by pulse. So first of all, this pulse, this pulse, this pulse, this pulse, and so on. So pulse by pulse transmission takes place. Now let us try to understand the receiver. So in case of DPSK receiver, we will be receiving this s of t. Now this s of t is multiplied and delayed version of s of t is also given to the multiplier. So both these signals gets multiplied, and let me call this value as x of t. Then here we will have an integrator which will act as a low pass filter, and again we will have the output yt. Then this output yt is given to the decision device directly, we will have a sampler here, sorry. So again we will have a sampler here, this is yt. We will sample it at t equal to tb, so it becomes y, and then we will use the decision device. So let me call the threshold as 0, and if y is greater than lambda, it decides in the favor of 1. If y is less than lambda, it decides in the favor of 0. So now we know that the x of t will be the multiplication of s of t into s of t minus tb. And what is s of t? S of t is nothing but vt cos omega ct. So first of all, let me calculate this x of t. This x of t will become s of t into s of t minus tb. So you can call it as v of t cos omega ct into v of t minus tb cos omega c t minus tb. So this x of t becomes v of t minus tb cos omega ct into cos omega ct minus omega c tb. Now we already have discussed this so many times that fc will be equal to 1 by tb, k by tb, or you can call this fc tb into k, because in one bit duration there must be integer number of cycles of the sinusoidal pulses. So you can write omega c tb as 2 pi k. So this cos omega ct minus omega c tb becomes equal to cos omega ct minus 2 pi k, and it will again become cos omega ct. So this x of t comes out to be v of t into v of t minus tb into cos square omega ct, because this particular second expression of cos omega c into cos omega ct becomes cos omega ct. So finally your x of t becomes v of t into v of t minus tb cos square omega ct. So you can also write your x of t as v of t into v of t minus tb by 2 plus v of t into v of t minus tb cos 2 omega ct by 2. Now you have to pass it through the low pass filter. So you know that an integrator can also act as a low pass filter. So either you integrate it or you pass it through the low pass filter. So first of all, I am integrating this particular value. So this y of t becomes integration of 0 to tb x of t dt. So we will integrate it from 0 to tb. It will become v of t minus tb into 2 dt plus 1 by 2 0 to tb v of t into v of t minus tb cos 2 omega ct. Now from here you can see that this duration is representing tb, and this is your waveform of v of t. Now if you will draw the v of t minus tb, then this waveform gets shifted rightwards. So let me draw this v of t minus tb here. So to draw the v of t minus tb, we will just shift this graph 1 unit rightwards. So it becomes like this. So this is the diagram of v of t minus tb. Now in any bit duration or in any interval, if you will look closely, then the product of vt and v of t minus t will either result in a square or it will result in minus a square, because if you will consider this and this multiplication, so it will become minus a square, and if you will consider this and this multiplication, so it will remain a square. So the multiplication of this vt and v of t minus ty will either result in a square or it will result in minus a square. So it will result in either a square or minus a square in 1 bit duration. So obviously this particular expression is always going to be constant. So we can take this particular expression out of the integration v of t minus tb by 2, and the integration with tb becomes tb plus 1 by 2. Here also this value will either be a square or minus a square, so you can take it outside the integration and you can calculate this integration 0 to tb cos 2 omega ct dt. Now you already know that in 1 bit duration the signal cos omega ct has 1 cycle in tb duration. So cos 2 omega ct will have 2 cycles in tb duration. So this particular expression becomes 0. So finally you get your output y of t as v of t into v of t minus t by 2 into tb. So here for the simplification I am considering this tb to be 2, so that we can get our output as vt into v of t minus tb. So the output which is given will be vt into v of t minus tb. So let us try to draw this output. So I'm making all the diagrams again. This is the transmitted pulse, which is 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. Then we will also have to draw this d of k, and initially we have to assume a reference bit for this d of k. So the reference bit I am assuming it as 1. And let me draw the gapping of 1 bit duration. So this is the gapping of 1 bit duration. So we know that the decay will be the XNOR of this 1 and 1. So it will become 1. XNOR of this and this will again become 1. This will become 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. Now what will be the V of t waveform? It will be the polar NRZ expression. So the polar NRZ expression you can draw like this. For 1 we will apply the positive voltage, and for 0 we will apply the negative voltage. So it will be plus plus plus, then it will become negative, then again positive, then again negative, then again these 3 positive values and these 3 negative values. So it becomes A and it becomes minus A, and all these durations, the gapping which I have already made is of TB duration. So these are TB duration apart. Now what will be the V of t minus TB? So to draw the V of t minus TB, we will shift this graph TB unit rightwards. So this is TB. So if this graph is shifted TB unit rightwards, it looks something like this. Again this value will be A and this value will be minus A. So the received signal or the output of the multiplier will be the product of these two. So the YT will be VT into V of t minus TB. So this was the transmitted pulse. And this is the received pulse. So let us try to understand how the pulses will be received. So this is the transient period, or in this case the multiplication cannot be applied because V of t is present but B of t minus TB is not present. So we will do the multiplication from here. So let me denote this as 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0. It becomes 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0. So let us start the multiplication. So initially we will leave this gap for some transient purposes. Now the multiplication of this A and A becomes again A square. This remains A square. This A and minus A becomes minus A square. Then again this A and minus A becomes minus A square. then again this multiplication becomes again this minus a, and this minus a when multiplies it becomes plus a square. Then again this multiplication becomes minus a square. Now the multiplication for this 1 and 1 and this 1 and 1 again results in a square. Then again we get 0 or minus a square, and finally we get a square. So all these are amplitudes of a square. This is of minus a square. Now the duration is TB. So you can say from here that since it is a pulse of the duration a square, so whenever you will sample in the duration of 0 to TB, the pulse will again be the a square. So the receiver decides in the favor of 1 or 0 based upon the threshold. So the threshold is 0 and it is the incoming pulse. So if you will sample this particular y of t between 0 to TB or at t equal to TB, so you can say that in the duration 0 to TB, this particular pulse is positive, so the receiver will decide in the favor of 1, or receiver will treat it as 1. This will also be treated as 1. All these values are treated as 0 by the receiver. This value is treated as 1, this is as 0, and this is 1 1, this is 0, this is 1. Now you should look carefully that what the sequence you were transmitting. You were transmitting 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. This was the sequence you were transmitting, but you did not transmit it, you transmitted the differentially encoded sequence. Now after the transmission and reception, you can finally see that the received binary stream is nothing but the same, which is 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. So it is acting successfully, and you can say that whenever this particular scheme or the DPSK modulation has been used, so we did not use any carrier synchronization at the receiver, and this particular yt, which is the multiplication of vt into v of t minus tb, when it reaches at the receiver and we start sampling it at t equal to tb, then we always get either the positive value or the negative value. And if we get the positive value, then it can be treated as 1, and if we get the negative value, it can be treated as 0. So this is very important discussion, and you must understand that though the non-coherent reception of BPSK was not possible, but alternatively with the help of DPSK, we are again able to transmit the BPSK signal, because for 1 we are transmitting cos omega ct, and for 0 we are transmitting the minus a cos omega ct, and at the receiver we are again successfully able to recover it with the help of any carrier synchronization. So for DPSK, since it has removed the drawback of the PSK, so if you want to remember, then you can remember the probability of error formula, which is 1 by 2 e to the power minus a square tb by 2 n naught, and the bandwidth will be 2 times of RB. So this is the formula, and this is not important formula. If you want to remember, then you can remember, otherwise the basic working of the DPSK is more important. So this is it from this lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss about the frequency shift.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/VishalGate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, लैचेस एंड फ्लिप फ्लॉप, डबल इंटीग्रेशंस, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL. You will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you, and just you have to type http://bit.ly/GateLive. So GateLive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards, there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so the zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra. Any interest is not, you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein, I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name, GATE after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical, and this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay, so thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys, so this is your responsibility that you should share this channel, you should subscribe this channel, also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone, let's crack it.